Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Amnesia, Machine for Pigs. I'm Kamchak Fisco, and come join me for the spoops. Where the hell am I? Why did I spawn on boxes? That is a very freaky Frankenpig. I don't even know where I am, so I don't know which direction to go, so this will be interesting. Well, I mean, she's got a decent guy now. She's with Marjosh, who's a dick, but he's not that kind of a dick. He's like our kind of a dick. You know, like me and Lag kind of a dick. Well, a little bit more, but yeah. But not bad kind. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you define bad, but you know what I mean. Okay, now I'm really disappointed. They removed a fundamental mechanic of this franchise, and I know it's because it was made by a different studio. Looking at the monster doesn't trigger the monster, and it doesn't make you insane. That was a fundamental to Penumbra, Amnesia, and Soma, and it doesn't do it in this. Okay, I'm officially disappointed in an aspect of the game now. Hi. They are fairly blind, so that's fortunate. Very fortunate. Otherwise, you would have seen me. The descent continues. What did the dark voice instruct me to do? Under the pistons, into the tunnels, onto the bilge pumps. And if the door should be locked, I will have to find another means of descent. I cannot trust him, but my path is set. I shall ignore those noises, that snuffling, those shuffling steps below me. I will brave whatever lurks beneath, and I will save them. Why are we highlighting this particular piece? April 30th, 1899. The crate arrived this morning, and I've delivered directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is humanoid in shape, but has suffered severe skeletal deformity. Remnants of leather straps encase the torso, which is deformed, with the evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. We saw that with the way the head was like attached to what obviously wasn't a pig's body, and it like that very Frankenstein-y when we saw the monster attack us. It's difficult to ascertain whether this unfortunate is the recipient of some barbarous surgery. Barbarous? I'm not sure how you say that, actually. Or was born deformed in an attempt to force his normal body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is, I cannot tell, but I smell the orb upon him. So he knows of the orb. I thought there would be a tie to the orb because we saw the temple back at the beginning. And suspect my great-uncle's presence in his curious condition. So it can be done. We can reshape the body into a tool to accelerate the process of Mr. Darwin's evolution. But here my great-uncle and I part company. He chose men as the subjects of his experiment, but men are difficult to control and rotten with sentimentality. No, we require a new creature for our chattel. Loyal, clever, strong, easily sated. He chose pigs. We already know that. Compound X storage. Danger. No naked flames. What about dressed flames, like a stylish suit? Will that work? So what's the deal with this? We're on an assembly line of some kind, but can we go anywhere else? Exactly. Like, I'm not responsible for having bipolar. I am responsible for how I let it affect other people by my behaviors. Having an abusive trauma is not bad. Letting it make you lash out at others, that's what's bad. And often people who are abused become monsters themselves because they don't get help, they don't get the therapy fix, and they become the very thing they hate. I've seen that happen. That's literally what happened with the Predator we dealt with a while back. They used it as an excuse to become the monster. So, it's bad. The flame needs a top hat. Okay, yeah, dress, top hat, I can see that. Chemical transportation danger, highly corrosive, highly flammable. I can't... I can't get in there because I can't hit the button. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. They can go hyper the other way. It's very... Okay, so yeah, we just had to climb in. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. In the nest of eggs, through penny, sixpence, sparrows, and doves, see all the angels a-weeping above. There's no more forgiving, there's no one to save. For today, Darlene Lily goes into her grave. So that was a poem he wrote for his wife that died? That's kind of disturbing. Yeah. Avoidance. That's what you mean by polar opposite. Avoidance. That makes sense. We're gonna fall, aren't we? Ah! Now, I'm not trying to be preachy about it. It's just one of those, if you're not looking at every part of the equation, you're not seeing the equation. You're seeing a narrative someone wants to sell you. It's no different than politics. And everybody's going to believe the narrative they have. The problem is some people actually go so fucking far that they will fabricate a narrative and believe it so they don't have to face the reality of the shit they've done. Narcissists do that. Abusers that have been abused do that. Sabotage. Bruised and battered but alive, I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle, but I am driven to find my family and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find a way to build, drain the flood for your children. So no, he is aware that he is starting to connect that he did this. That's why he's ignoring it, because he's just tunnel visioned on his children.
Quickly, Mantis, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the flood waters continue to rise.
Okay. Literally, this madness was brought to you by... whatever the fuck that was. That's locked, clearly, with a giant padlock. Maintenance access. There's clearly another passage beyond the gates, the lock gates, and it seems to have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, and after that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. Well, and another thing in a lot of the dynamics of this is there can be people who... July 15th, 1899. In order to facilitate a simulation of tissue groups, a compound is required, or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subject must be immediate and using incineration, or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. That sounds Cthulhu-esque. The simple compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae and 1 part organ monad dispersion fluid is sufficient. This can then be administered intravenously into the subject following reassembly to maintain bonding. I almost said to maintaining bondage. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Oh, like light. I thought it was highly light reactive, so it's highly reactive. No, it's reactive to light. Okay, that makes more sense. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. That's handy to have. The centrifuge. It's some form of bizarre mixing device of chemical compounds and positively reeks of foul fluids I've seen too often before. It's clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of 2 composite ingredients. I shall wager I will find them close by. Silence, do not start or will upset the acquisitions. Okay, I think there was another path for me to take up there. Wait, did I already go up the other path? I, like, totally don't even remember. No, there was a... Okay. I was thinking of the area before this. I got distracted because of the conversation. My apologies. Yeah, I need to plug something in, I figured. A warning. Inflamed it is, burning it does, bleeding from each hole, fore and aft, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement. Who the fuck wrote this, Yoda? My lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now into the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it. I did do that. Because of the changes they ripple inner me, my teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them. Gathered what I can, push them back into my gray gums with my fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It will help with the running of the fever, because not all of us can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that. But he drank it too much. He passed it under the blanket, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Was he making pigs into men or men into pigs? Or were these the people he was using to mutate enough to be able to harvest them to make his pigs? Huh. And it's off! Apparently it's in the lead now. Oh shit! I didn't even realize there was a pig behind me. I just heard the snuffling noises and I didn't even... Can you move, sir? I need to get through the door. And you are a kind of a different mutation from the other one I saw. There, close the door shut. I gotta go.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgo and
Jesus,
vice versa. No, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
So I was right on my last theory of they're mutating the people, harvesting that and putting it in to make the pigs a living organism. So they were mutating humans, just for body parts. Okay, that's even more disturbing. Sure. Well, I still can't get through the lock, and we're kind of locked in this room now. Does this finally work? No. Low temperature storage. Okay, so we went down the holding pens. Didn't we? Yeah, we went in here. Then start all our upset the acquisitions. We already did everything here, right? Because that door doesn't work. Pretty sure we're done here. Don't think I can get in there? No, I can't get in there. I'm gonna double check this anyway. I feel like we've done here. Alright, so there's a note here, so this is clearly the way forward. I'm gonna go back and check the other alleyway. My brain only went there because you just said alley, the other passageway. Oh, this is where we came from, never mind. So we definitely want to move forward. August 20th, 1899. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the sorriest specimens of humanity I've ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce their overcrowding into their teeming, stinking halls. They measure their skulls, check their teeth, give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes, filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Good Lord, they're treating him like his assembly line of pigs he's slaughtering. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear a hissing of gas. I hear dull groaning as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear pigs screaming. We've removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them. My children, I whisper into their dreams, you are my children now. I have children once again. His children are dead. Your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. The machine makes the pigs. Okay, so he's making the machine to make the pigs, to make an army, to purge humanity. Pretty sure I just figured out the game.
Over there, place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir?
Wow.
Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
You have no reason to feel self-conscious. How many times a stream do I rant? Go with it. It's who you are. So, about this, what was the point? I can't open the gates. I did not come in here. Okay, this is new. How does that work? These fuckers are blind! I mean, they are, you know, Frankenpig. Kind of makes sense. I mean, hell, ranting is literally one of my things. That's what I'm known for. Watch my YouTube videos.
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
Oh, I can't do a Miss Piggy or Kermit to save my life. I assume I want to ship all of these down, because we already shipped the one. Apparently I'm only allowed to ship one down. I know, but I can't do the voice. I can't do Miss Piggy or Kermit. I just can't. I've never been able to. Okay, if that's flickering, we can't get past that because it's fusing. Was there another way to go? I didn't try the door. Okay, no, there isn't. Just checking. No, for me it comes down to if your opinion is based on fact, no matter how much your opinion is a twist of that fact, as long as it's based on fact and it's reasonable, I'll respect your opinion. If your opinion is based on misinformation, lies, rumors, speculation, mistruths, I'm not going to respect it because it's not based in reality. It's not based on fact. And I apologize if that offends somebody, but that's a realistic thing to ask. Devil Child, I know you're dead now. It's become quite clear you two are already dead. So clearly you're a hallucination. August 4th, 1898, so this is a year before. More experiments with Compound X. Took the dog and injected it with strychnine. To kill it, I'm assuming? After the expected convulsions and spasming, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an alternating current via induction coil for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced. However, damage occurred prior to death was retained upon revival, meaning the dog continued to have an acute state of strychnine poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull. But drowning? Perhaps yes. It is, after all, known to be the kindest of suicide. Least painful, yes. Drowning is psychologically agonizing. If one were to drown, replacing the fluids in the lungs with compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. Makes sense. Still fucked, but makes sense. Okay. My personal thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. You all are awesome viewers. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. It means a lot to me, and I do hope you enjoy it. You all take care of yourselves. If you want to see more of me, come to the video on the list, or stay tuned for more. Feel free to leave a comment below. Please remember to click that like button if you enjoyed the video. In the meantime, fare thee well, everyone.